Right, check 1 2 1 2. Right, check 1 2 1 2. Right, check 1 2 1 2. Hi guys, how's everyone doing? It's your homeboy XtremeTony welcoming everyone to day 3 of the XGWL World Cup for August 20th. Even though the clock already struck midnight and it's 8:21 now, but it still counts as late Thursday night. So as we open things up with this triple threat match, we have here Bandit Jackpot in America. Shout out to little Karibo or redubbing and the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged series. And yeah, there's like a million memes out there for a Bandit Keith where he and almost just about every sentence is in America. In America. And if anyone is familiar with that series, can anyone tell me how good of an impersonation I did of that? Just curious to know. And now, for right now, here comes the XGWL United States Champion, Bad Attitude Barnett. And yes, the Google Gemini is actually covering it live as we speak. So tomorrow is going to be XGWL birthday bash. I don't know if I should have it Friday or because I'm going out of town and who knows when I'm going to be back. But I'll be back the same day, and later that night I'm going out to sing karaoke as the clock strikes midnight leading into my birthday. And I might push back the birthday bash on the day of my birthday, that Saturday morning. Thankfully, I do have some PTO, some paid time off, if you will, for my main job and not working later today on my side gig. Just like a lot of people, I'm working like 2 sources of income and 60 hours a week plus. And I've mentioned this before, it can be tiresome, it can be exhausting. But getting these next 3 days off is crucial for getting a little rest, celebrating my day, and be ready to work come Monday. Because you guys have no idea how hard I work. Both my sources of income, how much effort I put in. Much like how I put effort in how each of my own CEWs look. Like, for example, how Vincent Romanoff is one of my original CEWs that I've created in recent times, and good teamwork right there by Bandit Jackpot and Vincent Romanoff, because there's going to be times where temporary alliances are going to form throughout the event of the match. And also, if you guys will be watching, don't be shy, drop a line and say hi. Doing some abdominal stretch. also let me put people on multiple episodes all at once on Reddit. The action continues here as Betty Jackpot is going to work here onto Bad News Barnett. I think he calls Xander Barnett. Now, a couple of steel chairs in play as Vincent Romanoff just pacing back and forth, getting a shot in. And now look at this. Damn, look at that full Nelson slam. Every time I would definitely One thing that I'm pretty shocked about is the passing of Hayden Panettiere. Remember her in her role in Remember the Titans? That was one of my favorite movies of all time with Denzel on it. Let's get on 2000. And bad attitude Barnett misses with that chair, throwing that steel chair. I think it's that 24 hours left until I'm of 42. So once the clock strikes midnight, after five nights, I'll be 43. So it's one of those things, like life happens. Father Time. Cover now. 1, 2. And that's it. Vincent Romanoff gets the win. Because all the opening rounds in the men's XGWL World Cup are triple threat matches. And then every match after that's going to be a standard one-on-one matches. One thing is like, despite my limited time doing CW, very limited time, it's like, yeah, I still enjoy doing these live streams. I still enjoy like getting on the game and creating characters and trying to put as much detail as I can, because that's what makes. Because I know a lot of people in CW don't put more effort into their CW characters or their CW leagues. But imagine doing everything. Because not only do I have to create because I only have like maybe 20, 25 of my own CW characters in my own league. And the other like 2/3 of my rosters from CWs from other people. Alright, so let's get the next match going. Reed George versus Sasha Black Rose. Gotta give a shout out to Autumn Breeze, because she's the one that created Sasha Black Rose. To reemphasize, I've only created about 25. Adopted a few others, whether as in that those that originally created certain characters aren't in the community anymore, and I've just carried them over from game to game. I have to put my own spin on them. And then the amount of detail that has to go into creating each CW character, and the face, and the body type, the ring attire, the entrances, the moveset, all of that has to come into factor in how much time it takes and how much limited time I have for CW, and still come out here and do these live streams and maybe have a little bit of time to just play for my enjoyment or for the sake of unlocking everything in a lot of these WWE games. But one thing is that the call for of working a few more hours to make a little extra money is calling to me. It's like, I have to do it. So, and the only way I can get something going is with these live streams. If that's what I have to do, then so be it. And now here comes Sasha Blackrose. Limited time, I did have to put Southern California CW in hiatus. I might be able to put out a show this Sunday. Something about YouTube is like, they need to fucking get their shit together, because I heard about they made more changes to their monetization efforts, and I'm like, goddamn, like, leave the fucking thing alone. Like, it's like, do I need to remind you guys what happened last time they fucked with the algorithm? It's like, one thing is like, you don't fuck with other people's money. And now, started things off with a big old move. I don't know, some people have called that move the Alpamare water slide or whatever the case fucking move that is. I just call it a fireman's carry front slam. And now look at this, Sasha Blackrose. Oh! That electric chair suplex, now springboard moonsault. He gets the one count. One thing that I'm trying to make plans is, I know I have a few plans for this weekend. I know I still have to go to the gym because I have to keep in shape, because me going to the gym is non-negotiable. I have to go. Like, even if I don't feel like going it, I go anyway, because staying in shape is hard, but having to deal with the consequences of not going is even harder. And I'll cover one and only. We get a pretty good match out of these two. And whoever created Brie George, hey, add her into 2k25 and 26. Look at this. Oh man, Sasha Blackwell getting out of the way at the last second. See here, Irish shirt by Bree George. Now look at this, Bree George. Oh, connects with that elbow drop. Ooh, 99%. Yeah, he goes back in the top row, but now, oh, this is that swanton there. That's classic black rope gets out of the way. So this is even better. Like the winner of the, and Sasha Blackwell gets the win as she takes one step closer. The winner of both of the World Cup match tournaments, they're going to get shot at the world titles. So for the men, for the Ultimate World title, for the women, the Women's World title. So the winner challenges Trey Steele for the Men's World Cup, and for the Women's World Cup, they're going to challenge Revy. What thing else we got here? They're going to work on the match for Summer Smash, an event that's hosted by Phoenix Pro, which is JC's CEW League. Let's get the next match going. Alright, so Jamari Medium, Mauricio Peralta. Representing Colombia. And then Bradley Wright the third. A lot of different countries are being represented. I know I haven't done a good job of pointing out which country each competitor is from. Like Danny Jackpot from the USA, Bad Attitude Barnett from England, and then Vincent Romanov from Russia. Sasha Blackwell from Japan. Steve George. On the men's side, Takeshi Tiger, Brazil, Dragon Boy, Japan, Mauricio Peralta, Colombia, J.C. Wolf, Wales, Ahmed, the Egyptian, the third, Egypt, Blue Star, Brasil, Mexico, Attitude Barnett, England, Victor Romanov, Russia, El Toro Extremo, Mexico, Vincent Romanov, Russia, Ra, the Sun God, Egypt, Apollo, Italy, Mysterium from Puerto Rico, and then the rest are Americans like Ryan Justice, Sergeant Arturo Loco, Evan O'Shea, Brandon Thomas, Dave Jackpot, Damar Mino, El Noveno, Tim Rage, Blake Stone, and Jason Violent, of course, Bradley Wright III. And on the women's side, the 16th competitors here. Here is the WCBL champion, Mauricio Peralta. So Obsidian representing Brazil, Alice Blackwell representing England, Mercedes from Wales, Lisa Vasquez from Cuba, Sasha Blackwell from Japan, Roxy Riot from Canada, Sujin Park from South Korea, Tara Thompson also from England, Tammy Kendall Lewis and Sarah Warfield, all from the United States, Akira Khan from Japan, Lee George from the USA, Carolina Cruz from Costa Rica, then the last two, Alexis Nixon, Maya Ahmed from the United States. Yeah, the majority of the competitors are American. So next week we're gonna try to finish the tournament. And now here comes Bradley Wright III. His grandfather, the original Bradley Wright, who competed in Southern California CEW from way back when, back in the 80s and throughout the 90s and into the early part of the 2000s. One of Tammy's nephews, and also cousin to Brianna Loco. Part of the Wright/Loco family tree here in CEW. course, that family dynasty came to be when XtremeTony and Tammy got married. As revealed in XtremeTony's interview with the late Eddie Mack, how Tammy wasn't just XtremeTony's girlfriend, it was his wife. And now look at this. Damn. It's a nice move with that inverted scoop slam. But you can tell the size difference between these three competitors. Cover now. But you can also tell the weight difference between Bradley the Third and Mauricio Peralta. Damn. And now look at that nice back suplex. Look at that, just punching away here. Flexing. Turn off that muscle. Good play. Eat something. Good play. Huh? What was it? Huh? You're quick, say something. Calling doesn't count. Hey, anyone in the chat, again, don't be shy. Drop a line and say hi. Damn, dude. Covered by Bradley the third. 3 count. Ooh, goddamn, dude. Let's just play trying to do Tyler control. Right hand with kick. Forward, right hand, over to his head. On the outside. Hands of mine, Neil picks up the win. What to play? Huh? What is it? Uh, I. Oh, fuck. Huh? To play. Lisa Vasquez was obsidian. What? Huh? 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 And here comes the XGWL World Tag Team Champion. Lisa Vasquez being accompanied by Ruby Carter. As Tammy's going to go one-on-one with Alexis Vixen in our main event. And she goes try to pull my hand again to his head. This is going to be a good match between these two. from the work perspective. Lisa Vasquez. Lisa Vasquez didn't even clutch play. Oh, wait. Stadium. Wajikwe. Apollo's returns. In-ring return. Gambling. What is it? Sorry, I stepped off for a minute. Let's see. Alright, main event time. The old rivalry renewed. Here comes Alexis Vixen, longtime veteran here in CW and XGWL. Definitely a crowd favorite. The Queen Bee, the former 5-time XGWL Women's World Champion. We have here two former world champions going at it here in the final first round matchup of the entire World Cup of XGWL. These two veterans, longtime rivals. It's like whenever damn, for just having Alexis Vixen basically just tumble all over, up and over. So far, Tammy has been dominating this one. I think because one thing that a lot of people may not know is like ever since her rivalry with a certain Scarlet Rose over in CCL, you know, Carmen Cortez. Tammy definitely has adopted a bit of a mean streak, added weight, added more power to her arsenal. And of course, putting herself in the right position with the Beehive. So, definitely leaving a big chip on Tammy's shoulder since her rivalry with a Carmen Cortez. And having the need to prove everyone wrong. And her 5th world title reign with the women's world title being one of the longest in XGWL history. That the same Tammy that Alexis Vixen once dealt with back in the early days, in subsequent years, is not the same Tammy as we've seen in the past 5 or 6 years. Cover now. 1, 2. Even though outside the ring, Tammy has showed a softer side. That does not take away from her in-ring persona. Like in the many episodes of her mini podcast of Dancing with Wrestling. And now being mother to Brianna Loco, given that Brianna Loco was born December 2004. And then the legacy of the Wright/Loco family tree, especially given that her daddy and mom and uncle competed in Southern California CEW back in the old days. Back in the 80s and 90s and even into the early 2000s. But it was Tammy, it was Bradley Wright who trained Tammy and XtremeTony way back when. Damn, look at that. You have a chip on your shoulder. It's like you want to prove somebody wrong. But I know in many years we'll move the whole kayfabe thing. Try to use Tammy as a mouthpiece to my displeasure in CEW. But since then, we're giving Tammy more personality, giving more depth, adding a few things to do an overhaul by retconning a few things. Like, the whole dance background, that stays of her dancing in a certain club where she dances on a pole. That's still in the backstory. Adding in that she did ballet and cheerleading both. Ooh, nice butterfly suplex by Alexis Vixen. Cover 1, 2. Ooh, 2.99%. But this here is the main event. Oh, the final match of the opening round of the XGWL World Cup. Oh, Queen's Fury. Cover 1, 2. And Tammy getting the win over her old rival. So this match was no allies at ringside. And just two old foes going at it. Sometimes you just need that focus. I know it's getting late and start wrapping things up here because next week we are going to have the next round of the World Cup, and now could finally fit two 8-person tournaments. So let's start. So with all that being said, let's start wrapping things up. So if you like what you see, give a like, comment, subscribe, and then share with your friends through all the social media platforms. And this has been your homeboy Extreme Tony. Thank you for watching. Como siempre, I bid you guys adios. So we'll see you guys next time.